I just saw this post on that post on LinkedIn about likes and comments, statements like likes and comments mean nothing, and then the real deal is getting clients and closing deals. And that this piece you said that you don't agree with that. You don't agree that the really only the closing the deals is the key thing. And I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And I think this is where whoever's making these comments, they don't see the difference between marketing and user engagement and sales. I mean, marketing and sales are two parts of an overall process, right? And sometimes, like on LinkedIn, I'm not trying to sell a product or service on LinkedIn. I've I've done that in the past. I've used LinkedIn to be able to doing lead generation and prospecting, but I never sold anything on LinkedIn. I always did that. I used LinkedIn as a way to test ideas or to have contacts and all that. But today, everything that I do on LinkedIn is pretty much thought leadership. So, and that's I'm not trying to sell a product or try to sell the service on LinkedIn today. I have a job, and there are salespeople that are selling the products that I'm working on. Okay, in different teams, but I'm using LinkedIn as thought leadership to talk about artificial intelligence, to talk about the topics in which I have expertise, and that draws visibility. That gets visibility, and that can be evaluated by user engagement, which includes likes and comments and all these kinds of things. And it can be on LinkedIn, it can be on my Facebook, it can be on YouTube, it can be on Instagram, whatever. And the goal not is to try to close a deal, because there aren't any deals to try to close, because I'm not trying to sell anything here, right? That's not my goal. And it kind of depends on what your goal is, right? What are you trying to achieve with this platform? Now, what the platform can do is open up new opportunities. Like over the past couple of weeks, I've been able to answer some questions on these different on different questions that are in these posts, and that's opened up opportunities to be able to give talks to students at universities on these specific topics, and to help them in their search to get their jobs, right? So now, how many of them will actually use that and get jobs, or how many of the people that I'm doing giving webinars and things, how many of that will use that to finally do something in their own jobs? I don't have any visibility on that, but that doesn't make me have to try to measure whether or to evaluate whether I'm going to do this or not, and then measure it. Now, it can be done. It could be if I was being paid to do the marketing, right? Now, I think it's different if you're paid in a marketing role and using LinkedIn for marketing. Then your goal, it could be, if you're trying to promote your job on LinkedIn or social media, whatever. If you need to show that you can convert those the leads, the prospecting, into convert those into sales, then you probably have that goal, objective here. But though for those that don't, it's a different purpose. So it really depends. And I've found people, that that they told me that they need to close deals and close deals. I said, but you need to start with generating leads. You need to start there, and they hadn't even thought about this process, these different steps. So I think it comes down to is now in the end, for those that are doing marketing and sales, doing that, in the end it all comes down to is closing deals. I mean, closing deals or getting partnerships, or whatever you want to call these things, for that job, right? So you're evaluating that, but it depends if you're using it for that purpose specifically. So, well, it all depends.